Hey guys, Mr. Thibodeau here. So I wanted to go over the written practice 1 through 7 and then 15 through 29 odd. Okay. All right. So 1 through 7. In the act, there are 12 clowns in each little car. If there were 132 clowns, how many little cars were there? Okay. So we're going to just do 12 divided by 132. 11 cars. 35 trees on the property. 4/5 were deciduous, as in they lose their leaves in the fall and winter. Great word, deciduous. Great Scrabble word too, if you can pull it off. So 4/5 of the 35 trees. Okay. So number of ways you can do this, right? You can times by 4, divide by 5. You can go ahead, divide by 5, times by 4. That's probably going to be the easiest way here because that's all numbers we know. I don't know 4 times 35 off the top of my head, though. I guess I could probably figure it out, 140. And then divide that by 5. I don't know that one off the top of my head. But 35 divided by 5, I know that's 7. And then 7 times 4, that I could also figure out. That's 28. Okay. So 28 is your answer for number 2. Melody weighed 7 pounds, 7 ounces at birth. How many ounces does Melody weigh? Oh, total ounces. Okay. So they want to know, how many pounds to an ounce, and then they just want to add those 7 ounces. Well, 16 ounces to a pound. Also, my son weighed 5 pounds, 5 ounces at birth. So he was preemie. So here we're going to do 7 times 16, which we can also look at as 70 plus. Let's see what 30, 36, 42. So 7 plus 42, which equals 112. Okay. So 112 ounces is just the 7 pounds. We still need to add the extra 7, which gives us 119 ounces total. Okay. Because the 112 ounces is just that 7 pounds. The bird flew 80 kilometers in 4 hours. What was the bird's average speed in kilometers an hour? So this one we just do. So we already know 80 is the total for 4 hours. So now we just divide 80 by 4. And so that's just, 20 kilometers an hour? Yeah. Okay. If the plane travels at 400 miles per hour, how far will it fly in 5 hours? So that's 4 times 5, so that should be 2,000. How many pints are in a gallon of milk? Okay, so this one we have to go back to our previous stuff. We got this over here. I want to actually show you where it is. Oh. All right, so here we have the equivalence and measures. So how many pints in 1 gallon? Well, we have 1 gallon is 4 quarts, and each quart is 2 pints. So 2 times 4 is going to give us our total, which is 8 pints to a gallon. Which is not something I knew off the top of my head. So that's or I didn't know 8 pints to a gallon is not something I knew off the head. The number of points scored by the starting player on the basketball team were 8, 12, 16, 19, and 20, which is the average number scored per starting player. Okay, so here we add these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So 65, and then divide that by 5, and that gives us 13. 13 points. I did that in my head by doing 8 and 12 is 20. 20 is 40. 40 plus 16 is 56. 9 plus 56 is... Oh, I forgot 10. 9 plus 56 is 65, and then the 10. So it should be 75 divided by 5, which is more points. 15 points should be the total. Okay, so that's why you don't do everything in your head. So that's 1 through 7. Now we're doing 15 through 29 odd. Which one's bigger? Well, when you're in debt, would you prefer to owe negative $11 or to owe $10? I'd rather owe $10. So don't that one. Okay. Use numbers 3 and 8 to provide an example of the commutative property of multiplication. So 3 times 8 equals 24, but so too does 8 times 3 equals 24. Okay. Graph the numbers in sequence on a number line. Okay. So negative 2, 1, 4, 7, and I didn't pay attention. That's negative 5 over here. Something like that. If I was ever to give you something like this on a test, I would give you the number line for you to graph it on, so you didn't have to completely. Otherwise, it's just scribbles. If 7 minus 5 equals 2, what other subtraction fact to addition facts is true? So that means 7 minus 2 equals 5. Okay. And then 2 plus 5 equals 7. And then because of the cumulative property, 5 plus 2 equals 7, right? True or false, every whole number is a counting number. Let's see, the way they talk about counting numbers. Yes, every whole number that's not negative, yeah, I think is true. They talk about counting numbers as as positive numbers that are don't include 0, right? Nobody uses counting numbers anymore. We talk about integers, and we talk about whole numbers. Counting numbers is not something that most modern math programs have any focus on. It's just not very relevant. Oh well. What number is opposite of 6? Negative 6. 27. 2020 minus 10,101, and we're simplifying this. So 10,101 is bigger than 2020, right? So this number is being subtracted from this smaller number, which means we're going to go negative. Now, when we go negative, it's really important. Don't try to take 2020 away from 10,000 because they're not commutative. So instead, what we have to do is we have to do the bigger number on top, the smaller number on the bottom, okay? I guess that's 8, not because that's just a 10. 0, 7. Oops, I did that wrong. 10, 101, 20, 20. Okay, 1 minus 0 is 1, 2 minus 0. 0 minus 2 doesn't work, so that has to go down to a 0. That's a 10, so that's 8. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 2 doesn't work, so that turns into the whole thing turns into a 10. There we go. 8,081, but it's negative. Okay. 60.60 divided by 12. Okay. So we'll just do this over to the side here. 60.60. 12. 12 goes into 65 times. Or 6. 0. 0 comes down. 5. So 5.05. Okay. So if 12 people handed you $5.05, you would have $60.60. If you had $60.60 and you had to split it to 12 people, 12 ways, you would have to do it $5.05. Okay, guys. That's your math for the week. Have a good one.